And welcome back to Thomas B. Southard Stadium on the campus of St. Leo University for the continuation of Game 2 in this three-game series against the University of Tampa. Yesterday, those of you who were with us saw us go to 7 1/3 innings before the elements came in. And it rained well into the evening. We were never going to get anything else in yesterday. They're going to finish today, and then 30 minutes after that, we'll go with the finale. We have a new pitcher out on the mound for the Lions as we resume. Number 35, Drew Rudzinski. Rudzinski, 1-0. This will be his 16th appearance, all in relief. 24 1/3 innings, 37 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 16, and an ERA of 6.66. So we've got 2 runs in this inning for the Spartans, and they've taken a 5-3 lead. We're going to have Jamarcus Lyons over at third. Nick Saldino will be the batter, and there's 1 out. Winds today, gusting. You can probably see the flag in the top of your picture. The flag is just wildly blowing to left center field. The trees behind it all kind of shaking and moving. Gusts up to 40 miles an hour, they say, so anything in the air will be an adventure. Lions have switched into their green tops. Tampa back to their black tops that they had on Friday night. And we're set to go. New umpires as well. Ray Chamberlain behind the plate, Joshua Barnes on the bases. Two balls, 1 strike now. Infield is up. And there's a line drive center field, a soft base hit. And that will bring Lions in with the 3rd run of the inning. And now the Spartans have doubled up 6-3. Saldino with his 2nd hit in the game. Didn't hit it hard, just kind of floated it out there. The outfield has to play deep today because anything in the air is going to sail. Jose Cadenas, base hit. Base hit and an RBI in the 5th and a double in the 7th from the 9-hole. Keep our eye on Saldino. So will Rudzinski. Cadenas, a senior from Tampa, Gaither High School. Runner goes, swinging pulls it hard and foul down the left field line. One ball, 1 strike. Top of the order, Jordan Lala waits on deck. Runner goes again. High, throw to second, and he is out at second base. Luke Ewan put it right on the bag. So 2-4 on the out. Caught stealing for Saldino. And now 2 are gone. The base is empty. Another chopper foul. Manny Sato racing down the line to grab that one, bring it back in. 2-2 on the hitter. Left field, in the air. Mikey Scott has it measured, and out number 3. So we finished the inning about 18 or so hours later. Pretty long inning. 3 runs, 1, 2, 3 hits. Nobody left. We're going to the bottom of inning number 8, and now it's 6-3 Spartans. Bottom of inning number 8, we've got some work to do with the sticks. 6-13-1 for the Spartans, 3-8-1 for the Lions. Braden Nelson, who was out on the hill when the game was suspended yesterday for the Spartans, he remains in the game. He's going to face the top of the order, Cooper Miles, Buck Anderson, and Mikey Scott. Big 3-run burst in the top of the 8th inning by Tampa. Outfield deep and straight away. We've seen these guys really cut the gaps off in the first 2 ball games. One strike to Miles. Miles 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. And 2-1. Up in the air. Second baseman chasing it, and that's what we're going to see a lot of. Watch out. We're going to have an out at second base. Miles tried to sneak an extra base after popping that one in. And he's out at second base. We anticipated it could be a circus when they hit straight up in the air, and that was a good example, but we didn't take advantage of it. So a single out trying to advance to second, 1 man down. Drive to right, right fielder back, and that's over his head against the fence. Buck's going to be hustling in for 2. Here's Mikey Scott now. Marcel. Second hit of the inning. Only one man left out there, though. Buck Anderson down at second base. Lions trying to get back into this one. 6-3. They get the hitters coming, though. That one sailed. Gutcher was able to make a good grab. It can't be easy on the pitcher either. We're talking about the fielders in this gusty wind. No bargain for those guys 60 feet away either. There's a drive to deep right field. That one's held up by the wind. Long throw across is cut off. So Mikey Scott with a long fly ball to right. You want to take that ball to left if you can. Hit it well, but held up in the wind. Over to third now goes Buck Anderson. 2 down. And 1-1 on Roa. Roa with a single and 2 fly balls. And in the dirt, 3-1. Bobby Sparling on deck. And that's up and out of play. Anderson not being held at all toward third. Swinging a foul back, pulled the string on him. Got a piece of it, stayed alive. Like to get Sparling up here with a chance. Couple of men on. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the inside curveball. So, nothing across. A single and a double. Ran ourselves out of a run there. Nothing across. Bottom of the 8th is in the book. We're going to the 9th, 6-3. Top of 9 and top of the order for the Spartans. Jordan Lala. Lala with a double and a single, 2 runs scored. Rudzinski out for his second inning of work. Remind you that the third and final game of the series will start approximately 30 minutes after we complete this one. Up and away. And I'll be back with you on Friday night. No, I guess it's Thursday night, the 11th. Kind of an odd format for the last 3 games of the season. A single game on Thursday the 11th and a doubleheader on Friday the 12th, which will be Senior Day. Next week, a big series over at Rollins. A lot will be determined postseason-wise over the next week to 10 days. 1-2, Rudzinski just a bit high, 2-2. Rudzinski on in relief of Justin Jones, who went the first 7 yesterday. Pitched well, ran into a little trouble as we got into the 8th. And outside 3-2. Earhart and Urso will follow. Straight up. And it falls behind. You got to be aware when that ball goes up and over the plate behind you, because with this breeze, it'll bring it back. That one only stayed about 10 feet out. Full count will do it again. Another pop-up. Wind has this one off of Mikey Scott's glove. Boy, he made a long run, crashed into the fence. Slaps the tarp. He's not happy with himself, but he made a long, long run for that ball. Nearly came up with it. Three balls, 2 strikes. Long drive to right field. The wind is going to not bring that back. It's foul ball. That's into the breeze out that direction. So Lala fouls off 3 straight payoff pitches, making Rudzinski work. And he works the walk. So the leadoff walk, never like those. Lala trots down to first, and here's Drew Earhart. Got a sac fly and a single. Sac fly and 2 singles in 4 trips. We'll keep our eye on Lala. He's got 26 stolen bases, by far the most on this team. Their stats don't tell you how many he's attempted, just how many he's had successful. Oh, and that got him up in the elbow. Earhart plunked by Rudzinski on that one. He's down on. Here comes the coach and the trainer out. He's not wearing one of those elbow pads that we see some of the players wear. So 2 free runners. We have a base on balls and a hit batter. And trouble brewing. It'll be J.D. Urso, then Kumbo and Nunez. This is the heart of their order. Table is set for the big guys. Action down in the bullpen for the Lions. Infield up the middle looking for a pair. With the shortstop shaded over toward the second base bag, looking for two. Giant hole between third and short. Runners go. They throw through the second. Apparently didn't think he had a shot at third. He went on down behind to the second runner, and now there's second and third, nobody out. Double steal. One on the hitter. Infield now up. They can't afford to give any more. Check swing foul. 1-2. Rudzinski has faced four hitters. He's given up one hit, one walk, and a hit batter. Bouncing ball, and they're going to have a play at the plate. There's the throw, and he's dead. Contact play. Lala was coming all the way. But a nice backhand by Nunez and a perfect strike to Hewen. And that retires Lala. So now one down. Runners at first and second. Fielder's choice. 6-2 on the out. Out number one. Here's Kumbo. Bouncing ball. Could be a pair. There's one. And there is a double play. Nice job. So with second and third and nobody out, the Lions get out without any further damage. Okay, following that very nice defensive effort in the top of the ninth, we're coming to bat. Down three, Sparling, Hewen, and Wyman. See if we can't get a couple on here. Give somebody a swing at it. Nelson stays on for the Spartans. They do have somebody tossing down in the pen down the right field line. Just in case. There's a check swing foul. 3-run eighth inning looms large here. The Spartans broke a 3-3 tie. Another foul straight back. He was all over that fastball, sent it to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Lions at 25-17. Spartans at 33-8. Lions actually on a 2-game win streak against Tampa. The last game of 22 and the first game of 23. Swing and a miss. He did not hold up. They looked down to the first base umpire, but there wasn't much question about that one. 1 away, and here's Luke Ewan. Had a double back in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Right 2. Nelson's their horse. 3.89 ERAs. 17th relief appearance. And I don't think he checked it either. So 2 check swing strikeouts. 2 up, 2 down. Nelson's in a familiar position here, coming into the ball game as a late. He's going to go to 5-0 as the pitcher of record if they do. So he strikes out the side. Lions go quickly and quietly in the 9th, nothing across. And the Tampa evens up the series at a game apiece, 6-3. Quickly on a recap. 6-13-1 for the Spartans. 3-10-1 for the Lions. Time of the game, 24 hours and 27 minutes. Nelson, the winner at 5-0. Justin Jones takes the loss. And Jones drops down now to 3-4 on the season. Reminder, 30 minutes from now, we'll pick up Game 3. And I will see you all again on Thursday night, the 11th. Let's have a couple of good games. Let's win this next one. Have a good series down at Rollins and have an exciting season finale. This is Tom Candle saying have a great afternoon.
And we're back getting ready for the third and final game of the series between the number 3 ranked Tampa Spartans and the host St. Leo Lions. Finished up game number 2 just a little bit while ago of this series as the Spartans even things up at 1-1, picking up a 6-3 victory as play was continued after got through 7 1/3 innings yesterday, but rain halted us till 1 o'clock afternoon start. Lions looking to pick up a series win here versus the Spartans and continue their playoff regional surge as they're going to turn the ball over to Evan Wolf here in game number 3 as the right-hander from Ohio finishes up his warm-up tosses. And for those who tuned in the first game of today, talked a lot about the weather conditions. You can see the wind whipping the flag around strongly out in left center. So that's something to keep your eye on here this afternoon. Like to thank Spartan and Lions fans for tuning in as these teams face off in the rubber match of the series. As Wolf finishes up his warm-up tosses, which is going to bring in Jordan Lala to start things off here. As the sun shines down on Thomas B. Southern Stadium. As Wolf's first pitch is fired in there a little bit high and game number 3 is underway. Wolf works quickly here as the second pitch is fired in there for his first strike of the afternoon. That gets a shake of the head by Lala as Wolf continues to work quickly here. Fires in a pitch that just missed a little bit high there. Count runs to 2-1. And the Spartans coming in at number 3 in the country. So the Lions definitely have their hands full there as a big swing and a miss by the leadoff lefty comes away, evening the count at 2-2 as Wolf gets a sign 2-2 pitch on the way. Pops straight up there. Ball's going to hang up, but unfortunately fly out of play there over the Lions dugout. Again, any ball hit, I think, to the left side of the field is going to be an interesting adventure as the wind continues to play a factor here as Wolf's 2-2 pitch is on the way. Just misses a little bit high there. I think the starter thought he had a caught looking there for his third strike as he was headed towards the first base side of the field, but to no avail as the count run fulls here. 3-2 pitch. Sprayed foul again there by Lala. Again, the leadoff hitter putting in some good work here. Was 2 for 3 in our first contest of the afternoon. So an important hitter here to start Wolf's afternoon off as he sprays another one foul, this time to the first base side. As the Spartan hustles out of the dugout to go get that foul ball. Wolf trying to win the battle here to start things off in the afternoon. 3-2 pitch on the way. Little weak dribbler hit to Buck Anderson here. Should be a routine play as the Lions second baseman is able to retire the leadoff hitter for the Spartans and start things off here on a positive note for St. Leo in game number 3 here. Again, these two teams splitting the first 2 games of the series. Just stretch Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday now thanks to some crazy Florida weather yesterday as Wolf starts off the number 2 hitter Earhard with a strike. 0-1 pitch. Just a little bit outside there as Wolf went to the off-speed pitch. And you can see the pace that Wolf's working with early on here for the Lions. So the Spartan hitters better come in the box ready as this one's shot into left center. Little confusion there as the center fielder loses it in the sun, but eventually he's able to make the play there as Reback lost it in the sun and eventually put his hands up. Wasn't able to find it off the bat, but then made some quick recovery steps into the left center gap and pilled that one in on the warning track to his glove side. So potential danger avoided there for St. Leo, as the first pitch there is chopped there to the shortstop as Nunez fires across the field, and the Spartans are going to go 1-2-3. So a positive start here for Wolf and the Lions as they get ready to come off here for their half of the first inning. The Spartans go 1-2-3 as we head to the bottom of the first. Warm-up pitches are finished here as Eric Linder heads to the mound for the Spartans as the number 3 team in the country looks to pick up back-to-back wins here on this Sunday afternoon as Coach Odette's lineup's going to kick off here with Cooper Miles leading things off for the Lions as Linder's first pitch is fired in there for a strike. Coach Odette sending out the lineup of Miles, Anderson, Scott, Roa, Neiman, Sparling, Wyman, Reback, and Nunez. Cooper Miles sees an 0-1 pitch, catch the outside corner, unfortunately, as he shakes his head there as he didn't like that call per se, as he finds himself down 0-2 here. 0-2 pitch on the way. It's bounced into the dirt there. Miles, in the first game of this afternoon, was one of the first people to see the effects of the wind in his at-bat. He popped a little blooper over second, and it dropped for a hit. Unfortunately, Cooper was thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double there, as he's going to go down looking here to start things off in game number 3 as he turns and give home plate umpire a look there, but that off-speed pitch catches outside corner as Eric Linder starts things off here with a caught looking. Buck Anderson stepping into bat now here for the Lions. Anderson had ripped the double off the wall in the bottom of the 8th as St. Leo tried to mount a comeback, but were unable to do so. Anderson looking to continue his good work as a plate as he sees a first pitch down low in the dirt. Switch hitter for the Lions sees the 1-0 pitch as he loops a liner out to left field, but that one's going to hang up there easy as you like. So 2 up, 2 down here for Linder as he tries to foul suit with Wolf, who retired the Spartans 1-2-3. As Mikey Scott steps in to hit. Here, Scott filling out the 3-hole for Coach Odette. St. Leo with that loss in our first game of the day dropped to 25-18 on the year, with the Spartans moving to 34-8. As again, both teams look for a decisive Sunday victory. Especially if you're a St. Leo fan, you love to see them pick up this win over the Spartans as regional rankings get ready to come out and start to get finalized. As the 1-1 pitch is fired in, and Mikey Scott's going to loop one up the first baseline. That's going to be a tough play. The wind's going to push that one fair, though, as Scott makes a big round around first. Thought about going to second there, but that little blooper drops in for a hit. As, again, there you can see the effects of this windy day here in St. Leo, Florida, as that ball just kind of hung up and eventually pushed into fair territory. As the Lions are on the board with their first hit of the afternoon. Mikey Scott with some good wheels as well. So wouldn't be surprised to see the Lions try to create a little two-out magic here with a potential stolen base, as the big lefty Rolla stands in here. Looks at a first pitch, catching the outside corner. Seems to be a point of emphasis here for Linder on the mound, as he's continually worked away from these Lions hitters thus far this afternoon. As he gives Scott a look over at first. Long pause. 0-1 pitch. Pitch down in the dirt. There he went, Scott. And he's going to be in there with a stolen base as the throw bounced in, and the shortstop was unable to pick that one cleanly there for the Spartans. So although Rolla's down 0-2 in the count now, Lions with their first runner in scoring position of game number 3, as Mikey Scott picks up a stolen base there with a head-first slide, as he gets those white pants dirtied up. As Rolla looks to be a 2-strike hitter here. 0-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch down, though, and that one swung on and missed. So although St. Leo finds himself with a runner in scoring position, they're unable to cash in there as Rolla goes down swinging. One hit on the board for St. Leo in the inning, but nothing pushed across as we get ready to kick things off in the second inning when we come back. And we're back for the top of the second as EJ Combo steps in here. Lefty 4-hitter for the Spartans. Sends a first pitch, skyrocket up to shoot again. This is going to be a difficult play when you consider the wind, as Nunez had ran out there to try and camp under that one, but got the call off there from Reback in center, but we were able to secure that one there, as it's a one pitch out for Wolf here to start things off in the top of the second. Again, you can see just right there, a routine pop-up is not necessarily routine today with these wind conditions, but St. Leo was able to secure that one as Wolf deals a first pitch strike in. As Nunez Steps in here for the Spartans. He's going to loop that one into the left center gap as that one tails away from Reback. Sliding effort there as he gets to that one, but unfortunately Nunez's speedy wheels are going to see him head into second base with the first extra base hit of the contest, as the Spartans pick up a one-out double there by Nunez as he went down and got that outside pitch and looped a beautiful liner into left center there, as some good effort there by Reback was made to cut that one off in the gap, but Nunez was still able to get there. So the Lions had the first runner in scoring position in their half of the first, and the Spartans follow suit here with their first runner in scoring position this afternoon, as Wolf works out of the stretch for the first time today. His first pitch is fired out wide and outside as Jamarcus Loins steps in. Spartans trying to push across a run early here against St. Leo. Continue their momentum from their victory in game number 2. As Loins finds himself ahead of the count 2-0 here, so dangerous early pitch for Wolf. As he gives a look at Nunez at second, fires in a 2-0 pitch that just misses the outside corner though, so the count's going to run 3-0 here. Again, when you're facing a team like Tampa that has so many weapons, there's no easy at-bats when you're on the mound. Going to take a complete game against Wolf as the 3-0 green light was given, and Jamarcus tried to hit one about 450 to left center, but comes up empty there as Wolf's on the board with his first strike of the at-bat. The 3-1 pitch is fired out wide, so there's a second consecutive hitter to reach base here against Wolf as Loins picks up the first walk for either side of the day. Number 27, Danny Gucher, steps in. Here the catcher for the Spartans looking to drive in the first run of the afternoon as he sees the first pitch that's just a little bit outside. Again, both pitchers were trying to work this outside corner clearly. Tampa was able to pick up a couple called strikes on the outside corner in their half of the defensive side in the first inning as Linder worked that outside corner, but Wolf's been unsuccessful in the top of the second here to find the same success with that outside pitch. As his 1-0 pitch is fired in there, beautiful little off-speed pitch there, got Gucher way out in front there. Pulled the string on him a little bit as the righty for the Lions tries to dial in here, potentially get a double play ball as a fastball is fired in there at the top of the zone for strike number 2. One-two pitch on the way. Chopper hit to third there. Going to be a tough play. Good pick there by Cooper Miles as he's able to retire the Spartans catcher who was hustling down the line, but that's a heck of a play there for Cooper Miles, especially when you consider the situation as there was no chance to turn 2 there on that slow hit Chopper, but he was able to still get an out in the process, which could be a big out, as there's now 2 away here as Wolf tries to take care of the 8-hitter Saladino here for the Spartans as his first pitch is swung on and fouled back. Saladino picked up a RBI single on the first pitch of game number 2, which was continued this afternoon as he looped a liner into center for a base hit. As the 1 pitch is fired in there, another big swing, shoots a ball fouled. As Wolf's now worked him set ahead in the count, 0-2. Early, important at-bat here for the Lions as they look to win the series here versus the Spartans. As those 2 pitches on the way, and he got him looking buckled his knees a little bit, had a thing to say to the hitter as well as he walked off the mound there, but he caught him looking. So a great little wrinkle there by Wolf as he works himself out of a dangerous early situation with the caught looking, as the Lions get ready to make some noise here in the bottom half of the second when we get back. And we're back here with Eddie Neiman leading things off here for St. Leo, as Wolf was able to work out of some early trouble there with a caught looking to retire the Spartans in the top of the second. As Lions number 23 sees a first pitch, miss outside there to get himself ahead in the count 1-0 early on. And St. Leo had a runner in scoring position already in the bottom of the first, but were unable to cash in as Roa was retired with Mikey Scott on second base with a caught swinging. As St. Leo sure would love to jump out to an early lead here against the Spartans to put the pressure on the Spartans. This third game as Neiman shoots a grounder to third there, but Nunez is able to handle that one smoothly and fire a rope across the diamond as the first hitter for the Lions is retired here in the bottom of the second. Bobby Sparling up to bat now for the Lions, as the senior outfielder stands in here looking to kickstart things in his afternoon. Sees the first pitch not to his liking there, as that one's a little bit high. Moves ahead in the count 1-0 early on. Again, Sparling with plenty of pop in that bat, so someone that could get the Lions on the board early here, as he sees a strike fired in there to even things back up at 1-1. Sparling, decorated player here for the Lions, as there's a rain drizzle that starts to fall here at Thomas B. Southern Stadium, as that one's retired. For the second out of the inning, Mike Wyman up to bat here for the Lions. Another experienced player here for St. Leo, as Wyman gets ready to stand in, sees a first pitch strike fired in there. Chopper hit back up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Smoothly fielded, though, as the Spartans make quick work of the Lions here in the bottom of the second, as they go 1-2-3. A beautiful play up the middle there by Urso, as he fielded to his glove side and fired a strike across the diamond. So nothing brewing here in the second inning for St. Leo, as we'll head to commercial and get ready to kick things back off in the top of the third. And we're back here for the top of the third. Both teams mustering up one hit each thus far, with the Spartans with the biggest threat of the afternoon. That saw them with runners on second and third in the top of the second. But Wolf was able to work through it on the mound for the Lions as he starts off his third inning of work with a first pitch swing in there by the Spartans' 9-hole hitter, Cadenas, who shot that one foul up the third baseline. As one pitch is on the way off. Speed pitch is popped right up the chute there as Cooper Miles seems to have this one camped under it, and he's able to retire that one. So some good early work here as Wolf retires the first batter of the third inning. Lineup card switches over here as Jordan Lala steps in for a second at bat of the afternoon. He's retired with a 4-3 ground out in his first AB as Wolf gets ahead of him early on here. Well, one pitch on the way. Outside by a few inches, according to home plate umpire. Going to see the count run 1-1 on one pitch. That one's up high and away there as Wolf continues to work quickly on the mound, trying to keep these Spartan hitters honest. As this one's going to be skied into left center. Mikey Scott battling the win a little bit, but I think he's got this one under control, and he's able to secure that one as Wolf continues his good work on the mound, retiring the first two hitters here in the top of the third. As Drew Earhart steps in here for the Spartans. Remember, Earhart shot a ball into left center that hung up and looked like it may be dropping for a second as Reback had some trouble finding it in the sun, but he was able to eventually camp under it and secure Earhart as that pitch up and in keeps Earhart honest in the box, as that one may have caught a beard hair along the way as that one almost nicked him in the face there. As Wolf takes a deep breath and tries to lock back in. Earhart swinging 2-0, shoots one right back and gives his bat a little kick there, as I think that was a good pitch to hit there for the 2-hole hitter for the Spartans, but he was unable to secure anything productive with that swing. Off-speed pitch gets Earhart way out in front there as he fell to his knee. Count's going to even here to 2-2. As the 2-2 pitch, as twos represent all across the scoreboard, is going to be shot into right center, but it looks like Reback's able to do that one. So 3 fly ball out there for Wolf in the top of the third as he works quickly as St. Leo gets themselves right back up to hit when we return in a 0-0 ball game as we head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third. Ready to start here as Reback stands in for his first at-bat of the afternoon. The lefty center fielder has been busy on the defensive side already here through the first 2.5 innings. As he took a mighty cut there at that first pitch and shot it straight back. So the Lions with some good early swings here against the Spartans. Nothing to show for it thus far, though, as that pitch is down in the dirt. One pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch that didn't bend down into the zone as that one stayed up there. Both pitchers clearly trying to mix in their off-speed repertoire early on here to keep either side respectively honest, as a 2-1 pitch is turned on foul, and that one's going to ricochet into the Spartans' dugout as Reback was out in front of that one by a mile. Spartans representing their black and red uniforms with the gray pants as the Lions rock the green and gold with their home white pants. As the 2-2 pitch again is sprayed foul there. That one's going to sting a little bit, though, as that bounced off the front foot of Reback there. As home plate umpire gives him a little courtesy clean to the plate here to give the Lions center fielder a few extra seconds to shake off the pain a little bit, but he seems to be all right. As the 2-2 pitch, fire back in. Reback sends a deep drive to center field. That is going to be caught on the warning track as the wind hung that one up there a little bit. That one sounded good and looked good off the bat as the Spartans dodge a bullet there. That one seemed to have some legs, but I think the wind might have hung it up a little bit there. So these windy conditions not working in favor of the Lions with that one. As a loud first out for the Lions in the bottom of the third is going to see Yo-Yo Nunez up to hit there as check swing is deemed to have been offered at. As Nunez falls behind in the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Little, excuse me, indecisive swing there by Nunez. Sees him fall behind in the count 0-2. Sure, he'd love to get on base here as the lineup cards are getting ready to turn over here. As the 0-2 pitch, shot foul there. Good hack there by Nunez, a little bit more decisive than his first two swings. As the 0-2 pitch on the way again, down and away there. And you can see the Spartan righty, Eric Linder, working on the mound, checking that pitch sign on his left wrist as that 1-2 pitch. He went for the same option there, off speed, down and away, but Nunez wasn't biting his third base coach. Tony Caldwell gives him a round of applause there for laying off that pitch. Nunez trying to battle back here after falling down 0-2 in the count. 2-2 pitch. Down in the dirt again as the counts run full. So a heck of an at-bat getting put together here by Nunez as he tries to reach base safely here and give the top of the order for the Lions an ability to hit with a runner on base here as the 3-2 pitch is on the way. Nunez chops one that's going to be a tough play. Nunez, low throw, doesn't get fielded there by the first baseman, and Nunez is going to round first and head into second there as a poor throw there by Nunez there for the Spartans wasn't able to be dug out there. And the ball squirted away down the first baseline as Yo-Yo never stopped running and rounded into second base. So St. Leo with a chance for the second time this afternoon to drive in a run with a runner in scoring position. Talked about Nunez trying to reach base safely to really push the top of the order into a situation to drive in a run, and he was able to do that. As the official scoring on that one is going to be a base hit for Nunez. It was going to be a tough play regardless on the big chopper. So the Lions 9-hole hitter picks up a single here. As Cooper Miles stands in, looks at a pitch inside there and has worked himself ahead in the count 2-0. Miles went down looking in his first at-bat of game number 3. Sure he'd love to shoot one into a gap somewhere as a pickoff attempt is enacted there by the starter for the Spartans. Nothing was really working there as they weren't even covering there, but in order to avoid picking up the balk, he had to toss one over to second base there as Cooper Miles ripped a shot into left center, and the Lions are going to have their first lead of the afternoon as that ball one hops just under the 384 sign. Cooper Miles driving in Yaziel Nunez with a one-out rope there into left center as Miles was all over that 2-1 pitch. Ripped a one-hopper into the left center gap to give the Lions an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. As that ball was a frozen rope into left center that hopped one bounce right under the 384 sign as Buck Anderson looks to continue the momentum here for St. Leo as he now hits with Miles standing on second. Buck Anderson squares a bunt, pulls back and sees a first pitch strike fired in there. Again, a heck of a swing there by Miles to turn that fastball into the left center gap as Anderson tries to continue the momentum here as he fell down in the count 0-1. Long look at second there. Anderson squares a bunt again. It's going to be a perfect bunt up the third baseline. Anderson speedy wheels. Just gets called out, though, on a close play there at first base as Anderson's able to advance Cooper Miles to third. But a close play there as Anderson was maybe half a spike length away from beating that play out as Nunez charged in from third base for the Spartans and fired a rope across the diamond. So 2 men gone now with the runner at third for Mikey Scott as Buck Anderson drops down a sac bunt to move Miles to third. First pitch is outside there. Scott picked up the first Lions hit of the afternoon with a little blooper over first base, so I'd love to continue his good work as he's now worked himself ahead in the count 2-0. And the Lions putting a lot of pressure on the Spartans early on here in game number 3 as Scott has a mighty whiff at that one but comes up empty. He was trying to add to that lead and then some for St. Leo with that big swing. Two-one pitch on the way. Down and blocked nicely there by the Spartans catcher as that low and outside breaking ball barely made it to home plate before it was in the dirt. As a pass ball or wild pitch would likely see a mad dash to home by Cooper Miles from third. As the 3-1 pitch is on the way, Mikey Scott with a base hit right back up the middle, and the Lions have a 2-0 lead as Scott drove that high pitch right back from where it came from, and the Lions pick up their second run of the bottom of the third with Mikey Scott picking up his second hit already. Cooper Miles trotted into third there as St. Leo finds himself ahead 2-0 early on here in game number 3. Again, talked about how pivotal this game could be for the Lions as they continue their push into the regional rankings. Given the success the Spartans have had all year in the top 10 ranking that they come into this weekend series holding, any win St. Leo can pick up against the Spartans is massive And a series win could even be pivotal if you consider the fact that they got a win on Friday's matchup. Scott tried to pick up a second stolen base of the afternoon, but was unable to do so there as a pitch out sees caught stealing there for Mikey Scott. But the Lions are able to do some damage here in the bottom of the third as they push across 2 runs thanks to an RBI double from Cooper Miles that drove in Yaziel Nunez. And then Miles trotted home with a 2-out single from Mikey Scott as we head to the top of the fourth, with the Lions leading 2-0. So for the first time this afternoon, Evan Wolf heads to the bump with a lead as the Lions push across 2 runs in the bottom of the third. As J.D. Urso takes a mighty whiff there at the first pitch from Wolf in this top of the fourth. Urso, a heck of a player, not only for Tampa in the Sunshine State Conference, but all of the South region, as he shoots a base hit right back up the middle to lead things off here in the top of the fourth for the Spartans as they pick up their second hit of the afternoon. Urso with a nice smooth swing there, just shot a little liner back up the middle, right back from where it came from, similar to what Scott did when he picked up the RBI single in the bottom of the third for the Lions. So first runner reaches here for the Spartans as Wolf works out of the stretch and fires a first pitch high here as E.J. Kumbo stands in. Lefty hitter in the 4-hole was retired via 6-3 ground out in his first at bat as a check on Urso there on first sees Spartan number 11 slide back in safely. One 1-0 pitch on the way is bounced in. Nice pick there by Eddie Neiman to keep Urso at first. Wolf taking his time here as he tries to navigate the heart of the Spartans' order. 2-0 pitch just misses there as the righty dishes out a grin on the mound as that pitch couldn't have missed by more than a few seams. Nonetheless, though, 3-0 is the count here, so a big pitch on tap here. See if the green light's given. Not this time, though, as that pitch is looked on by Kumbo here. Perfect time for a double play ball, if you ask me, as the 3-1 pitch is going to be ripped down the right field line, and this ball is not coming back. That one was smoked to right field as the Spartans make quick work and tie the game right back up 2-2, so the Lions' lead is short-lived as that ball was absolutely obliterated to right field there by E.J. Kumbo as back-to-back hits with a leadoff single and a bomb to right field See the Spartans even things back up 2-2. So we're right back to where we started on the scoreboard in terms of each team being evened up here. Kumbo got all of that one there to pick up 2 RBIs to add to his total on the year. As Nunez stands in here for the Spartans. Pitch a little bit low there as Wolf tries to work back from that 2-run homer. Two-0 is the count now as Wolf is battling a little bit there on the mound now. Again, we talked about it early on with the threats that the Spartans bring out across the board as a hard hit, one hopper eats up Buck Anderson there, but that's a heck of a hard play as Nunez is going to pick up his second hit of the afternoon. Anderson tried to short hop that one to his glove side, but was unable to do so as Coach Odette's going to head to the mound, rightfully so here, and try to calm down his starting pitcher a little bit. As the Spartans come out swinging here in the top of the 4th with 3 straight hits. Again, Urso led things off with a single right back up the middle. And then Kumbo hit one about as far as you can hit one to right field to tie things up 2-2. And then now a hard one-hopper scooted into the outfield as the Spartans' bats have come alive here in the top of the 4th. Coach Odette just trying to calm down his starting pitcher a little bit on the mound, who had made some really good work here through 3 innings, navigating the Spartans lineup the first time through, only giving up 1 hit. But the middle of this order, the second time through, has gotten to Wolf as Marcus Loynes steps in here for a second at bat. Loynes reaching via walk his first time up as he chops one right back up the middle. Going to be a tough play as Nunez and Anderson both dive, but either of them are able to come up with it. So the Spartans' 4th consecutive hit now sees Tampa with runners on first and second as that ball just squirted right through the middle of Nunez and Anderson as the Spartans continue their good work here in the top of the 4th, which you had to expect them to come back swinging literally and figuratively here after giving up those 2 runs. As Wolf tries to get out of this potential dangerous situation once again as he falls behind in the count 1-0. Nunez bounced around on second there. Wolf catches outside corner there, move things to 1-1. Again, Danny Gucher up to hit here for the Spartans. Chance to give them their first lead of the afternoon with a base hit. Gucher's already been busy behind the plate for the Spartans, with the Lions making some noise on the base pass as he looked at that one on the outside corner again as the count moves 1-2. Be a perfect time to get a strikeout, or even better, a double play ball here for Wolf on the mound. As Wolf settles in. 1-2 pitch on the way. That one's going to be shot into right towards Bobby Sparling. We'll see if there's going to be a play at third here with the tag. Nunez is off to third. Sparling's throwing to third, and he got him. What a throw by Bobby Sparling as he guns down Nunez by a mile with a beautiful throw there as Sparling ripped a frozen rope from medium length in right field on a line right to Cooper Miles at third. And just like that, 2 men are gone here for the Lions. What a play there by Bobby Sparling, as most people know him for his bat, but a heck of a defensive play there as Sparling cut down Nunez at third. So way out of this top of the 4th here for the Lions as the Spartans had something major brewing. But Sparling eventually turns a double play there via the flyout and then the cut down runner at third as Wolf works ahead in the count 0-1 here. This ball is going to be ripped down the right field line and is just fouled by a few inches there as everyone just kind of froze and looked for a second at the field umpire. Eventually it was the home plate umpire's call there as he calls that one foul. That one was just inches wide. As Saladino almost ripped a 2-out shot down the right field line that probably would have scored a run. But inches away as 0-2 pitch is on the way. And he got him looking, so Wolf is able to get out of this inning thanks to a great play by Bobby Sparling as he cut down Nunez at third on a routine fly ball. That's going to be Saladino's second straight caught looking versus Wolf. So the Spartans even things up, yes, but St. Leo is able to avoid a potential dangerous situation as Bobby Sparling cut down a runner on third, and then Wolf retired Saladino for his second caught looking of the afternoon. So we're going to head to the bottom of the fourth as the Spartans even things back up, 2-2, and St. Leo comes back to hit as Reback is going to lead things off. Lineup card wrong there as it's not Reback leading things off. It's Roa back up here to lead things off in the bottom of the fourth as Linder works in a tie game again thanks to the big swing of Kumbo. But again, if you're St. Leo, you got to consider the situation that they found themselves in a little bit of a win as runners are on first and second, no outs, but a great throw by Bobby Sparling. Cut the runner down as third as Roa shoots one into the left center gap. That's going to hang up. It's going to carry, and it's gone. So just like that, St. Leo's right back on top as Adrian Roa shoots one into left center as that ball gets out for Roa, who shows some big-time pop there to left center as Eddie Neiman's going to dap him up at home plate here as St. Leo regains the lead 3-2 as the Lions celebrate that big blast to kick things off here in the bottom of the fourth. You got to think the momentum shifted a little bit right back into the Lions' favor with that great throw by Bobby Sparling, and it continues to go the Lions' way as Roa leads things off with a homer to kick things off in the bottom of the fourth, and Eddie Neiman rips a liner right to third baseman Nunez there, who's able to secure it. But some continued good swings for the Lions here against the Spartans as Bobby Sparling tries to follow suit with his great defensive work with a second go around here at the plate as Sparling looks at a first pitch in there for strike one. Again, Roa got that ball up in that wind to left center. We talked about it. Anything on the left side of the field is probably going to carry, and that was a perfect example of it as he gave that one a ride, and that ball carried right out over the SSC logo in left center as Sparling works in an 0-2 count. Looks at an off-speed pitch down and away. As St. Leo is regaining the lead here in the bottom of the fourth, Sparling sees the count run to 2-2. And you can clearly see that the game plan for the Spartans against Sparling is to work them away as the 2-2 pitch is on the way. Sparling rips a grounder to third. Nunez double clutches that one a little bit, but fires a rope across the diamond to the first baseman as Sparling's retired. As Mike Wyman stands in. And Wyman was retired on a beautiful play up the middle by Urso. And his first at-bat to his glove hand side he made a throw all the way from the outfield grass to retire the graduate hitter for the Lions, who saw that first pitch drop a little bit low. Wyman shoots one into left field. That ball is going to carry a little bit, still carrying, and that ball is going to drop in safely as the left fielder for the Spartans continued to backtrack there and actually made a leap to what it looked like keep the ball in play and prevent it from going over the fence. But on his leap, he wasn't able to secure the catch as Wyman's going to get a double there. Again, that ball got up in that wind to left field and just continued to carry as it looked for a second there that ball was actually going to go over the fence. But a leaping effort by the left fielder for the Spartans kept it in play as the Lions now have a chance to build on their lead with the runner on second as Reback steps in. Off-speed pitch, first one is swung on mightily there but missed. So little fortuitous bounce there for St. Leo. Sees Mike Wyman standing on second. You got to think this could be a huge run if the Lions can push this across as Reback sees a pitch drop low. Again, you got to continue to keep the pressure on the Spartans because you know they're going to hit as they showed in the top of the fourth, answering 2 runs of their own right back to the Lions who took the lead in the bottom of the second. So chance here for St. Leo to push another run across as Reback wanted that one and flinched at it but didn't pull the trigger as that pitch was in there 1-2. Off-speed pitch down in the dirt. Count runs 2-2 here. As Reback's actually going to reach base there as his off-speed pitch clunks him on his inside hand. That one's going to sting a little bit, I think, for sure for Reback, but he reaches via a hit by pitch. So a little 2-out magic working here for the Lions as Yo-Yo Nunez stands in. Runners on first and second here. Urso calms down his pitcher a little bit on the mound there for the Spartans. But again, the opportunity presents itself for St. Leo here as that runner stands largely out at second base. Nunez picked up a single in his first at-bat. I'm sure he'd love to follow suit here with another base hit as the 9-hole hitter for the Lions stands in. Off-speed pitch is fired in there. Catches outside corner. Corner keeps the eye level honest here for Nunez to lead things off. One pitch just misses high and outside as the count evens at 1. The Lions, number 1, trying to drive in their 4th run, if not more, of the afternoon with a base hit here. As the 1-1 pitch is shot foul up the right field line. Nunez down on the count. 1-2. Nunez going to rip one into right field, but that ball is going to hang up a little bit, unfortunately, as he had a good swing on that one. But the Lions are retired finally here in the bottom of the fourth, so a great job answering back by St. Leo as Roa gives the Lions their second lead of the afternoon with a homer. But two guys left on base here as Nunez flies out to end the inning. We're going to rejoin you in the top of the fifth as St. Leo returns to the defensive side of the field with a 3-2 lead. Wolf works in his fifth inning here with the 9-hole hitter Cadenas leading things off here for the Spartans as that one drops low and in the dirt. As Cadenas rips one out to left, that ball's carrying, and gone. So just like that, the Spartans answer right back with a home run here in the top of the fifth as Cadenas ripped that one into left field for the Spartans' second home run of the afternoon. As the 9-hole hitter does some work there with a home run to even things back up at 3. As that ball was ripped into left field, and again with the wind factor today, that one had very little chance of staying into the ballpark. As the Spartans' sixth hit of the afternoon sees this score level back up at 3. Cadenas giving Wolf a little head nod as he rounded third base there too, so you can see the rivalry between these two teams. As the leadoff hitter for the Spartans works in his third at-bat and is going to rip one into left field. That one should stay in the ballpark, though, as Mikey Scott actually crashes into the wall to secure the catch, thankfully. But that ball, again, continued to carry as Scott crashed face first into the wall. But the Lions left fielder was able to hang on to it there as Lala gave that one a ride out to left field, but Scott eventually brings it in. So some nervy moments here early on in the top of the fifth for the Lions as Spartans continue to take mighty cuts. Earhart skies that one to third base as Cooper Miles reaches behind his head and does a little acrobatic act and secures the catch for out number 2 of the inning. As J.D. Urso works here in a tie game once again. So again, the Spartans have fallen down twice in this game, but have worked quickly to regain their starting point from an even perspective as they fell behind 2-0, hit a 2-run homer to tie it, fell behind 3-2, and then hit a homer here in the top of the fifth to tie the score at 3. So an action-packed middle part of our game this afternoon as Urso sees a pitch down in the dirt. Again, we knew runs were going to happen today. Just about as matter of hoping that the Lions, if you're a St. Leo fan, come away with one more than the Spartans as Urso's retired there to end things here in the top of the fifth. So the game evens back up at 3 as the Lions get ready to hit in their half of the fifth inning when we return. Yeah, I saw that. Who's into center? Okay, thank you. Yeah. 29, I think. 23, sorry. And we're back here in the bottom of the fifth as the top half of the Lions order gets ready to hit. For those of you keeping score at home, St. Leo made a defensive substitution in the last half of the inning as Bobby Sparling exits the game with number 54, Caleb Adams, stepping in. Reback slides over to right field. Adams is going to be in center here as Cooper Miles kicks things off in the bottom of the fifth, working against the new pitcher for the Spartans, Paul Sullivan, as the tall right-hander 1-0 pitch is fired in there and swung on a miss by Cooper Miles. As Cooper Miles sees a pitch fouled off there on a half swing that ate up Gucher a little bit there behind the plate as the catcher tries to shake that one off there for the Spartans. As we work in a 3-3 contest here. Cooper Miles sees that pitch low. Again, Miles picked up the first RBI for St. Leo with an RBI double in the bottom of the third as he now works in a full count as he turned around a fastball, one hopped it off the left field fence as that ball's chopped foul towards the Lions dugout. As a Lions dugout member secures that chopper with his hat there. Nice play as the full count to Miles is on the way. Cooper takes a mighty whiff, but was out in front of that off-speed pitch as Sullivan's afternoon starts off with a strikeout as Cooper Miles moves to 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Buck Anderson up to bat now, looking for his first hit of game number 3. Again, he started the afternoon off with a fly out to left and then laid down a beautiful sac bunt that almost turned into a base hit as he was about a spike away from reaching first safely as he looks at a first pitch strike in there. Sullivan works quickly on the mound for the Spartans. Off-speed pitch again there is swung on and missed by St. Leo, so they're not quite able to time out Sullivan's off-speed thus far through 2 hitters as he's ready to pitch again there with a little lean and rock back as Anderson was out in front but spoils that one foul. So a little bit of a funky delivery on the mound here for Sullivan, but if it's effective, you can't fault him for it as he's been able to work ahead quickly here versus the first 2 hitters he's faced. Fires in a fastball there up high to Anderson as he looked at that one. St. Leo, I'm sure, looking to try and continue their good work at the plate here as Anderson sees a 1-2 pitch. Inside there as the count runs to 2-2. The senior second baseman for the Lions looking to start something here in the bottom of the 5th as St. Leo has scored in back-to-back innings, but unfortunately has given up the lead both times they've had it as he shot one right back up to the middle there in a little field-your-own position there by Sullivan on the mound as he makes a play to his glove side to retire Anderson as the first 2 hitters are retired here for St. Leo. The man of the afternoon thus far for St. Leo comes up to bat now as Mikey Scott looks to pick up his 3rd hit already through 5 innings. As Scott's secured 2 singles in his first 2 ABs. Off-speed pitch is swung on and missed there again as Gucher actually missed that ball entirely there and it hit him right on his throwing hand. So I don't know if that's a cross-up of signs there potentially or whatever the case may be, but gets a little time bought for him there as the home plate umpire does a courteous cleaning of the plate for the 2nd time this afternoon as Sullivan's ready to work again. Pitches outside there. So talked about how fast Wolf's worked for the Lions. Sullivan is one-upping him here for the Spartans as he's ready to rock and roll again on a 1-1 pitch as Mikey Scott shoots one to right center. That ball's dropping and Scott picks up his 3rd hit of the afternoon. So Mikey Scott having a heck of a game 3 out of the 3-hole here for St. Leo as he looped that pitch into right center for his 3rd hit of the afternoon. Again, Scott has picked up a stolen base as well and then got thrown out at second in his 2nd attempt to steal. So you got to think Mikey Scott's time at first base is going to be limited. We'll see if he tries to test Gucher behind the plate again as Adrian Roa steps in trying to follow suit after he hit a home run in his last plate appearance. Check over on Scott at first there by Sullivan. Sees him slide back safely. As, again, Roa picked up a big fly in his last at-bat with a shot to left center that went right over the Sunshine State Conference logo. As he put a good swing on it, but the wind definitely gave it that little extra push to get it up over the fence that at the time gave the Lions their 2nd lead of the afternoon as he works in an 0-1 count here. Mikey Scott off, throw down, and he's going to get caught for the 2nd time this afternoon. So after securing a stolen base versus Gucher the first go-around, Mikey Scott's gotten cut down back-to-back times as that play wasn't even close. As a beautiful throw down from Gucher to Urso sees the Lions retired as we head to the top of the 6th in a score of 3-3. With the Spartans coming up to hit. Leading off things here in the top of the sixth for the Spartans is E.J. Cumbo, whose big fly in the top of the fourth saw the Spartans even things up. Cumbo swings at that one, shoots that one foul. Again, Cumbo put a massive swing on the ball in that top of the fourth and drove one deep into right field as he shoots a grounder to first base as a foot race to the bag sees Mikey Wyman return Cumbo for the first out of the top of the sixth here as Wolf continues to work on the mound. As Nunez steps in here for the Spartans, who has a double and single on his line thus far. Nunez offers at that pitch in the dirt there. Wasn't able to hold up his swing, so Wolf's ahead of him. 0-1 as he's ready to work already. Nunez swings at that one down in the dirt to move the count to 0-2. So a pivotal inning potentially here for Wolf as he's facing the middle of the Spartans lineup as his 0-2 pitch is on the way. Another grounder to Mikey Wyman over at first base, and the first baseman's going to get back-to-back 4 unassisteds there as the first two guys are gone. 3 unassisteds as the first two hitters are gone here for the Spartans in their half of the sixth. Loin steps in here for the Spartans. Sees a first pitch strike fired in there. So Wolf is working quickly here, trying to get the Lions right back up to hit here versus Tampa as his 0-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner there. Little wry smile in the box there by Loins as Wolf ready to work here. 0-2 pitch on the way. Is going to be shot straight up the chute. Eddie Neiman giving it a look. He's got a chance potentially, but that ball just squirts into the Spartans dugout as he just ran out of room there. As Wolf gets the go-ahead from the home plate umpire. His second go-around at an 0-2 pitch. Shakes off the sign again. Doesn't like it for a third and fourth time. Finally has what he likes. 0-2 pitch. Just misses outside. As he went through his sequences there with Neiman behind the plate. As he has one he likes here in a 1-2 count. Loins is going to rip that down the left field line, and the Spartans are going to regain the lead here as the 1-2 pitch is smacked down the left field line for the Spartans' third home run of the afternoon. As on the verge of getting out of the inning, Loins rips a shot down the left field line that's going to see Tampa secure their first lead of the afternoon. So an unfortunate sequence of events there for the Lions as they were inches away from Neiman securing a pop-out to the catcher. But the ball just goes into the dugout of the Spartans, and then on the very next pitch, Tampa regains the lead as another ball shot out into the outfield, but Adams is able to secure that one. So we're through 6 innings now, but Tampa, thanks to their third home run of the afternoon, finds themselves with their first lead at a score of 4-3. As St. Leo gets ready to hit in the bottom of the sixth when we come back. And we're back here at Thomas B. Southard Stadium with Adrian Roa leading things off here in the bottom of the sixth as the Lions are behind the Spartans for the first time this afternoon in game number 3. And St. Leo's had 2 leads throughout the game thus far, but the Spartans have answered back each time with long balls to tie it up. And now just in the top of the sixth took the first lead of the afternoon for the visiting Spartans, thanks to a Loins home run. So work to do here for St. Leo as Adrian Roa finds himself ahead in the count 2-0. 2-0 pitch is fired in there. A massive shift being shown here by the Spartans as the entire third base side of the infield is open with Nunez standing where the normal shortstop would be versus Roa as he now is ahead in the count 3-1. As the 3-1 pitch is on the way. Off-speed pitch is swung on mightily there and missed by Roa. So the count's going to run full here. If the Lions want to start mounting a comeback, got to find a way on here to lead things off in the inning. You got to think as they are going to do just that as Roa leads things off here in the bottom of the sixth with a leadoff walk. As his good work at the plate continues this afternoon, Eddie Neiman's going to stand in here with a runner on first and no outs. As you got to think the testing of Gucher behind the plate by the Lions is going to be limited, considering he's thrown 2 straight runners out as Neiman digs in here. Ooh, Neiman had a big rip at that one, was out in front though as he hit one off the end of the bat foul. Again, Neiman ripped a shot to the third base side in his last at-bat, but it was right at Nunez. So game of inches potentially here versus Neiman in his third at-bat as he's going to squib one up the first baseline that, again, is off the end of the bat, but it's actually going to hang up for a diving catch there by Erhard as Neiman's retired there, so one gone here. And the Lions have of the sixth as Caleb Adams steps in first at-bat of the afternoon. Again, as a reminder for anyone that was watching our early part of the game, Coach Odette bringing in Adams in the top of the fifth for Bobby Sparling as Adams shoots a blooper to right field. That's going to drop as there was a misread there in right field by the Spartans right fielder, as I think he thought that ball was going to carry, but it died rather quickly and fell right in front of him. And not only that, he wasn't able to field it clearly, as Roa had froze because he didn't quite know what was happening. But the misplay in right field, now see the Lions with runners on first and second. So credit to Caleb Adams there in his first at-bat, coming out swinging, blooping a little hit into right field as the Lions continue to move base to base here with a chance to answer right back to the Spartans' run in the top half of the inning as Mike Wyman stands in for his third at-bat of the afternoon. Chance of driving a run here for Wyman, but he's going to fall behind in the count 0-2 as he looked at a first pitch off speed pitch, and then that fastball catches the inside corner. Again, Wyman almost saw his second at-bat end up in a home run as he shot a ball out to left, and it carried in that wind as he looked at a pitch down in the dirt here, but I think Wyman will take any sort of hit here to try and even things back up as, again, the Spartans secured their first lead of game number 3 in the top half of the sixth. So you got to think Wyman's trying to be aggressive here at the plate. He's going to rip one into left field. That ball is going to carry, and it's gone! It's gone! Mike Wyman with a 3-run shot on a 1-2 pitch to give the Lions the lead right back as the graduate first baseman rips a 3-run homer to left as St. Leo has retaken the lead 6-4 here, as Wyman with a massive blow here for the Lions as his teammates are out of the dugout to celebrate, as St. Leo answers back with Mike Wyman's 3-run shot here in the bottom of the 6th. As the momentum swings right back in the Lions' favor, Reback shoots one out to center. That's carrying. That one's going to die on the warning track, though, but St. Leo has got to be happy with their ability to answer back after seeing 2 leads vanish early on in this game, and then as soon as they fall down to the mighty Tampa Spartans, St. Leo's able to answer right back. Mike Wyman's 3-run shot now sees the Lions up 6-4. As there's a little bit of some stunned looks on the face of the Spartans. As Yaziel Nunez rips one to the right side. Nice play there on a short hop, though, made by the second baseman for the Spartans. But the damage was done by St. Leo in the bottom of the 6th, as they were able to work a leadoff walk via Roa. Caleb Adams secured a little bloop right field single, and then Mike Wyman sat back nicely on an off-speed pitch and ripped a 3-run shot to left. That is going to see us head to the top of the 7th with the Lions leading by a score of 6-4. Yeah. Now it shows 8. It's 9. Yeah, and then St. Leo has 9. And we're back here in the top of the 7th with Sam Cole on to work. With St. Leo 9 outs away from securing a series victory over the Spartans, as Mike Wyman's 3-run shot in the bottom of the 6th got Thomas B. Southern fans and all of Lions faithful at home on their feet, as St. Leo answered back to the Spartans taking their first lead of the afternoon, as Sam Cole works here in the top of the 7th. As Saladino rips a grounder to Buck Anderson at first base, who's able to retire the Spartans' 8-hole hitter via a 4-3 putout. And you got to give some credit to the Lions starter, Evan Wolf, who, although he gave up 4 runs and 7 hits, got himself out of a few dangerous situations throughout his 6-inning outing. I'm sure Coach Odette and the entire Lions coaching staff has got to be happy with the work their starter put in, as They turn the ball over now to Sam Cole, who works first. Cadenas, who had a Big flies last at bat, looping liner to center field, and Caleb Adams slides in and makes a diving catch there as he not only picked up a hit last half inning, but now makes a great defensive play as the Lions try to make quick work of the Spartans here in the top of the 7th as the lineup card switches over with Jordan Lala leading things off here for Tampa. 2 outs on the scoreboard. Off-speed pitch there by Cole just misses on the outside corner. As Cole's 1-0 pitch is on the way. Shot back up the middle, actually hits Cole in the foot, and it's going to see the Spartans retired 1-2-3 though, as Lala smacked one up the middle, bounced right off the plant foot of Cole, but took the sting out of the ball, and he's able to make a nice play, regather his bearings, and fire a throw to first as the Spartans go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. It's time for the 7th inning stretch at home as St. Leo gets ready to hit in the bottom of the 7th as they look to add to their 6-4 lead. And we're back here after the 7th inning stretch as the Spartans bring on their 3rd pitcher of the day, Jack Brodsky, with the Lions bringing up the top of their order as Miles gets his read on Brodsky. As St. Leo finds himself up to bat here in the bottom of the 7th, leading via a score 6-4. It's been a back and forth game 3 in this rubber match of the series, as the Lions jumped out to a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd thanks to Cooper Miles and Mikey Scott, but then the Spartans answered right back with a big fly by Kumbo. Lions then regained the lead again thanks to an Adrian Roa big fly, which was answered right back by Cadenas. Lions went down quiet in the bottom of the 5th. Loins then gave the Spartans a lead via a 2-out home run, but then Mike Wyman with a big 3-run shot has us where we're set right now, with the Lions leading 6-4 as the first pitch of the bottom of the 7th is out wide here to Cooper Miles. Again, you know Tampa is not going to go down quiet, so if you're a Lions supporter, you would love to see St. Leo add a few insurance runs on, as the big boy bats of the Spartans are due up here in the next half inning for Tampa. As the count evens at 1. 1-1 pitch. High and outside. Two-one on the way. High again as Cooper Miles looks at that one. Move the count to 3-1 hitters count here. You got to think Miles is looking for a pitch to drive to potentially add to this Lions lead, but I'm sure he'll do with a walk to lead things off here as well. As the 3-1 pitch is shot down the right field line. That ball's going to hang up, though, just enough, unfortunately, there for Miles, as a nice play is made there on the line there by the Spartans right fielder to retire the first hitter for St. Leo in the bottom of the 7th. Buck Anderson up to hit now. Anderson 0 for 3 thus far, looking for his first hit of the afternoon. As he sees a pitch fired in there that he shoots down the left field line. Think that ball is going to sway just a bit outside there, the reach of the left fielder, as Anderson has life still. St. Leo with 9 hits already this afternoon, as they look to secure a series win here versus the Spartans. Anderson's going to rip one right back up the middle. What a play there by the second baseman for the Spartans, but an awful throw to first base is going to see his great defensive efforts canceled out, as Saladino made a great play on that hop, but he rushed his throw a little bit there to first base and makes a throwing error in the process. So Anderson reaches base safely via an E4, as Mikey Scott, 3 for 3 on the afternoon, gets ready to hit as he looks at a first pitch up high. As Mikey Scott looks for his 4th hit of the afternoon. With the speed of Anderson, would love to see a ball into the gap somewhere, because you got to think Buck's going to be on his horse to add to this Lions lead. And Scott's going to get a pitch to hit here as he's ahead in the count 2-0 now, as he digs in and gets ready. As a long look over to Anderson at first. Sees a 2-0 pitch high to Scott as he took a rip at that high fastball but came up empty. Shakes his head a little bit at that one. As Scott digs back in here. Wind still howling to left center. Check over on Anderson at first. Sees a Lions second baseman slide back in safely. 2-1 pitch down in the dirt here, so a hitter's count for Scott. You got to feel if you have a momentum read on this game, it is leaning the way of the St. Leo currently, and they're looking for that one big foul swoop punch that could really get the Spartans on their heels. As another check on Anderson sees him slide back safely. As we continue our Sunday afternoon action thanks to some non-cooperating weather yesterday. As Mikey Scott sees a 3-1 pitch down in the dirt as he reaches base via the walk. That's going to slide Anderson over to second as Adrian Rolla gets ready to hit here. A combination of Scott and Rolla have had their imprints all over this game, as Rolla reached via a walk to lead things off in the 6th inning that eventually saw him score via the Mike Wyman 3-run homer. I'm sure Rolla would love a 3-run homer of himself here, as there's going to be a mound visit here as Brodsky struggled to find the zone a little bit here in his relief appearance. Gives us a second to thank all of the Spartan and Lions fans for tuning into our stream here as the semester winds down at St. Leo. Still a nice crowd of parents and students on hand here to see this rivalry. As I think most Spartan and Lions fans would say, these games mean a little bit extra each time St. Leo and Tampa square off regardless of the sport. And I think if you're going to talk to Coach Odette and his team, I'm sure it means a little bit more for them given the historic success of the Spartans baseball program. As we get ready to kick things back off here, Rolla takes a swing, though, and fouls one straight back as he shakes his head in approval at that cut. Liked what he had seen there and gets ready to try to square one out here as Anderson bounces around on second. 1-1 pitch on the way. Rolla sees an off-speed pitch that he spoils foul. He saw a heavy dose of off-speed thus far this afternoon. As the Lions try to push across a few runs of insurance here in the bottom of the seventh. Anderson off with the pitch. Down in the dirt, swinging, missing, but a double steal is enacted there by St. Leo. So even though there's a strikeout by Rolla, the Lions now have two runners in scoring position as Anderson and Scott were able to reach base successfully via the double steal, which again tightens the screws a little bit there. And if you're on the mound for Brodsky, because now you know any pass ball or wild pitch could see St. Leo pick up another run of insurance here, which we almost just saw right there. But a nice block behind the dish there by the Spartans. Gucher kept that ball in front of him. As we talked about that momentumous punch that the Lions need to throw here to keep the Spartans on their heel. And there's a perfect chance here as Eddie Neiman had a pitch to do it on there, but fouled it straight back. You got to think that if the Lions were to be able to pick up a 2 RBI single here by Neiman at the least, they would be thrilled. Neiman is going to do just that as he shoots one into left field. Mikey Scott gets the wave. Throw into home. Mikey Scott's going to slide in there safely as Eddie Neiman picks up a clutch 2 RBI single into left field as the Lions pick up their 8th run of the afternoon thanks to a 2 RBI single by Eddie Neiman that pushes their lead to 4 runs, which is exactly what the doctor ordered as the graduate catcher ripped a shot in between the third base and shortstop hole as St. Leo, via their 10th hit of the afternoon, pushes the lead to 8-4.
Number 54, Caleb Adams.
As Eddie Neiman comes up big with a 2 RBI single, which he was ultimately able to advance the second on via the throw home. So the work by the Lions may not be done here as Caleb Adams has another runner in scoring position here for St. Leo as he has a good rip on that one and shoots it straight back foul. But you got to give credit to Eddie Neiman there for clutching up in a 2-out scenario with runners on second and third and delivering big time for St. Leo as Adams shoots another ball foul. And again, you got to go back as well, too, to the double steal there, which Anderson and Scott were able to move up 90 feet each. Because if that's a situation where that wouldn't have happened, that could have just been a single run as Adams shoots a fly ball, pop up right to the third baseman Nunez. But again, those ultra-important insurance runs that we talked about, St. Leo's able to pick up as the score now moves to 8-4 thanks to a 2-out single by Eddie Neiman that saw Anderson and Scott across home plate as we get ready to head to the top of the 8th with St. Leo winning and leading by a score of 8-4 when we come back. And we're back here in the top of the 8th as the 2-hole hitter for the Spartans gets ready to work as Tampa now finds himself down by 4 with Sam Cole on to work his second inning of work as Earhart sees a 1-0 pitch in there for the first strike of his AB. Off-speed pitch is in there. As Cole looks to start things off on a positive note here. 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch is going to be looped into center there, though, as Tampa tries to mount a comeback here in the top of the 8th with a leadoff single. Cole went back to the off-speed pitch. But that one hung in the zone a little bit too much. There as Earhart picks up his first hit of the afternoon, brings on the dangerous Urso here in the 3-hole as St. Leo continues to work here looking for a series win, which our sports information team just mentioned would be the Lions' first series win versus the Spartans since 1999. But more importantly, could be a massive boost in terms of regional rankings for the Lions over these last 2 weeks of the season as Cole's worked ahead in the count 1-2 now. But before we talk about the impact, what could be, we got to take care of business first here, as the Lions are still 6 outs away against one of the better teams in not only the South region but the entire country. So they have their work cut out for them as the count's now even to 2-2. Two pitch on the way. It's going to be looped to left center, but that ball is going to hang up and is caught there by Mikey Scott to his glove hand. So a big out to get there as the 3-hole hitter for the Spartans is retired for the first out. Keeps the runner on first base there as E.J. Kumbo comes up to hit. As first pitch is down in the dirt. Kumbo with a big 2-run shot to get the first 2 runs of the afternoon on. He hits a wicked chopper back up the middle there that took a massive bounce as soon as it left his bat, and unfortunately for Buck Anderson, just was out of his reach. So Kumbo is going to reach with his second hit of the afternoon, which now has runners at first and second. I don't think that was going to be a double play ball by any means, but there was a chance at second there if Anderson would have been able to field that clearly, but he was unable to do so. So now the screws tighten a little bit more as Tampa continues to put some pressure on, trying to mount a comeback as Cole fires a pitch high and outside that sees Eddie Neiman head to the mound to talk to his reliever to potentially calm him down a little bit and just let him know that, hey, make your defense work. Don't worry about the guys that are on the base path. The most important hitter and pitch is right in front of you. As St. Leo tries to find a way out of this situation. Be a perfect time for a double play ball. As Neiman's trip to the mound is complete. Sam Cole trying to get himself out of trouble here. 1-0 pitch on the way. Half swing is not offered by supposedly. Holy cow there, as that one seemed to be a pretty clear offering by Nunez at the plate, but field umpire says no on the peel down. So what should be a 1-1 count now is 2-0. And that ball is going to bounce all the way back to the screen now as Spartan runners move up 90 feet as Eddie Neiman's unable to block that breaking ball in the dirt. So the pressure continues to rise here as you don't want to walk them and bring the potential tying run to the plate as 3-0 pitch is down in the dirt, and that's exactly what's going to happen as the bases are now plump full of Spartans, and the dangerous Jamarcus Loins gets ready to step into the box. Coach Odette's going to head to the mound, and I got to imagine here this is going to be the end of the afternoon for Sam Cole, who went 1-2-3 in the top of the seventh, but is run into some trouble here in the top of the eighth as the Spartans are going to have the bases loaded with Jamarcus Loins up as Nick Jennings gets ready to come on to pitch for St. Leo. As we're going to take a little break here to let Jennings finish his warm-up tosses. When we come back, after Jennings finishes his walk out to the pen. And Nick Jennings has finished up his warm-up tosses as St. Leo gets ready for the most important ABs of the afternoon as Jamarcus Lyons steps in here with the bases full of Spartans against the dominant Jennings for St. Leo, as St. Leo extended their lead thanks to a 2 RBI single via Eddie Neiman in the bottom of the 7th, as this ball is going to be shot straight up the chute. Infield fly rule in effect there, as Jennings' job is halfway done as he secures loins via the pop out there. So 1 out away here for Nick Jennings to get out of danger, as Kucher's going to stand in here for the Spartans. Bases loaded still of Tampa Spartan jerseys. First pitch high there by Nick Jennings, as you can feel the tension in the Lions dugout as all the boys in green and gold are up on their feet cheering Jennings on to try and get out of this dangerous situation. 1-0 pitch on the way. Off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner. A little wrinkle thrown in there by Nick Jennings. As the count evens at 1-1, Eddie Neiman giving him a little fist bump behind the plate, telling him he can get through this. As the 1-1 pitch is just low by half a B. Again, seams of the baseball, as Neiman thought he had got the pitch there and tilted his head back, but nonetheless the count moves to 2-1. Jennings trying to focus in on the next pitch. 2-1 pitch. Inside as the count runs 3-1 now, so a potential second strike call doesn't go the way of the Lions, and now the pressure's on as the next ball outside the strike zone could see the Spartans push a run across. Jennings 3-1 pitch. Swung on and miss as the pressure continues to mount. Full count. Top of the 8th. Bases loaded. 2 outs. St. Leo leading the top 10 ranked Spartans. Nick Jennings dials in. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fouled straight back as Gucher had a good swing on that one. Wouldn't be a Spartan versus Lions game if we didn't continue the pressure building. Jennings digs in on the mound, has the pitch he wants. 3-2 pitch. Fouled straight back again and went with a little bit less of the heat on that one. Gucher was on it. So we run it back for a third time as Gucher tries to continue the rally here for the Spartans. Jennings trying to send his Lions into the dugout. 3-2 pitch. Shot fouled on the third baseline. Gucher making Jennings earn it on the mound. What more could you want? As Jennings continues to work here. Tries to secure the third out of the inning. Has the pitch he wants. 3-2 pitch. He got him! He got him! Caught him swinging. Blew the fastball right by him as the Lions dugout lets out a roar and the Spartans' threat goes down to nothing as Nick Jennings comes in. Bases loaded situation, gets a pop out, and then retires Gucher via the caught swinging. That's going to see St. Leo 3 outs away from securing the series victory as they look to continue to add on to their lead here in the bottom of the 8th. When we come back, Nick Jennings shuts down the Spartans as St. Leo gets ready to hit here for the bottom of the 8th. And we're back here in the bottom of the 8th as Mike Wyman stands in. Nick Jennings getting the Lions out of a dangerous situation there in his relief appearance as he cleans up the mess that Sam Cole had created for him. As Mike Wyman tries to add to this St. Leo lead. Again, Wyman with a big 3-run shot in the bottom of the 6th that saw St. Leo regain the lead as they had fallen down to the Spartans, which Eddie Neiman later added on to with a 2-run single of his own in the bottom of the 7th. As Wyman shoots that one foul. But you want to talk about some pressure pitching moments there for Nick Jennings as he came in with a tying run up to bat two different times in that relief appearance. But he was able to retire the Spartans successfully. As Wyman is now behind in the count, 1-2. 9th inning is going to be Jennings to work as well. As a 1-2 pitch to Wyman's on the way, and he's going to get a caught looking there as the first hitter of the 8th is retired by the Spartans. As Brennan Reback stands in to hit here now for the Lions. Reback just missing a couple home run balls this afternoon as he's flown out to the center field warning track 2 different times. As he looks at a first pitch high and away. Lefty looking to potentially add to the lead here for St. Leo. As Brodsky fires a 1-0 pitch that catches the outside corner. Time's called behind home plate there as Reback tries to dig back in. 1-1 pitch outside and away. That pitch down in the dirt as Reback now is ahead in the count 2-1. Again, Tampa's not going to go down quietly, so if the Lions could add on to their lead here in the bottom of the 8th, I'm sure they'd love to do so. As Reback looks at another pitch up and away as he works a walk. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th.
Number 1, Yo-Yo Nunez.
That brings in Yo-Yo Nunez, who started the line scoring effort all the way back in the bottom of the 3rd. As a pickoff attempt to first base there almost sees Reback caught napping. As Reback digs in over at first, Nunez looks at a first pitch up and in as he bends out of the way of that one. St. Leo looking to pick up their 26th victory on the year and hand the Spartans their 9th loss. Vice versa, Tampa trying to battle back to pick up their 35th victory and a series win, which again, as we just mentioned in the last half inning, was been a common occurrence as Tampa's been able to pick up series wins in every matchup between these two sides since 1999. But the Lions are 3 outs away from stopping the streak, as they continue to check on Reback over there at first base. Given the work of Gucher behind the plate, you got to wonder how aggressive Coach Odette and the Lions are going to be, as Nunez rips a shot between the third base and shortstop gap for another base hit for the Lions' 9-hole hitter. So maybe a little bit too much worrying about Reback over at first, as Brodsky finally fires in a pitch and Nunez turns it right around into the left side of the infield for a base hit. St. Leo right back to where they want to be with runners on first and second with the top of their order coming up, as it looks like Tampa's going to make a pitching change here. As their manager heads to the mound, gives a single, as Brodsky's afternoon's going to finish. And when we come back, we're going to see a new Spartan pitcher on the mound with Cooper Miles up to bat with runners on first and second. Beckett White on to work here for the Spartans out of the pen, as St. Leo tries to add a couple more insurance runs on, as Cooper Miles is going to be up to bat here with runners on first and second, as everyone regains their positions. Cooper Miles with a big RBI double to kick off the scoring for St. Leo. All the way back in the third inning. I'm sure he'd love to add to that RBI total here as he bats in the bottom of the eighth with a runner on second and first. Looks at a first pitch strike fired in there by the new Spartan pitcher, Beckett White. As White tries to get the Spartans back up to hit, down by 4 only. Off-speed pitch down and away. One pitch on the way. Outside again as Miles has worked himself ahead in the count, 2-1. Gotta be ready to hit here if you're Cooper Miles. You got to think there's a good pitch to hit coming, as Reback acted like he was going to third there on a steal attempt, but that pitch misses outside, I guess, according to the home plate umpire. As Miles now is in an even better count. 3-1 pitch on the way. Inside, and now the Lions are going to follow suit of their own bases loaded situation, as the Spartans had loaded the bases in the top of the eighth with 1 out, and now St. Leo has their own bases loaded situation with Buck Anderson up to hit here with 1 out. Spartans are going to bring the infield in here as they try to cut down the runner at home. Buck Anderson shoots one back up the middle. That ball's going to hang up, though, as that's going to be deep enough to score the 9th run of the afternoon for the Lions. So although he's retired, great job there by Buck Anderson to drive a ball deep enough out to center that sees Reback come in via the sac fly as Buck Anderson picks up an RBI that extends the Lions' lead. Mikey Scott, 3 for 3 this afternoon, including a walk. So a scorching hot hitter up for the Lions with a chance to really deliver a knockout blow potentially as he looks at a first pitch off speed that runs a little bit high. As St. Leo has pushed across 9 runs here in game number 3 with a chance to do some more as Mikey Scott's going to rip one into right, but that ball is going to hang up just enough there as the Lions are retired. So we head to the top of the 9th with St. Leo up 9-4, looking for their first series victory versus the mighty Tampa Spartans since 1999. And the ball is going to be in the hand of Nick Jennings as the Lions are 3 out away from picking up a huge weekend series victory. First, the Lions. We'll be back with you shortly as Nick Jennings heads to the mound, trying to secure the last 3 outs of game number 3. And we're back here in the top of the 9th with Saladino leading things off for the Spartans, who find themselves down 5 on the verge of their first series loss to St. Leo. As Nick Jennings tries to secure the last 3 outs of the afternoon there, evens the count up at 1-1. Then outside strike. Jennings again did some good work in the top of the 8th as he came in with the bases loaded of Spartans and got 2 outs in a row. Most notably that full count strikeout as he has now found himself ahead in the count. 1-2. Jennings 1-2 pitch on the way. And he gets him looking there as Saladino is retired via the caught-looking strikeout. So Jennings picks up his second consecutive strikeout here as the Lions are now 2 outs away from knocking off the Spartans. As Cadenas is going to come in to hit. As this first pitch is fired in there. Jennings ahead in the count 0-1. 0-1 pitch on the way. Catches outside corner again as Nick Jennings is rolling on the mound right now. A man on a mission to help St. Leo pick up a vital series win against the Spartans. As he sees the pitch he likes. 1-2 pitch on the way. Shot up the first base line, but Mike Wyman's going to have plenty of room. And the Lions are down to their final out here. As The crowd here at Thomas B. Southern Stadium gets ready to celebrate with the leadoff hitter, Lala, up to bat here for the Spartans. Nick Jennings works quickly. First pitch is down. That pitch is in there, though, as the count evens to 1-1, 2 strikes away. The Lions dugout's ready to explode in celebration as the 1-1 pitch is fouled back. The Spartans are down to their final strike. Nick Jennings looking to finish off Tampa here. Give the Lions a series victory as he digs in. 1-2 pitch on the way. Up just a little bit high there. As 2 show across the top of the scoreboard here at Thomas B. Southern Stadium. 2-2 pitch on the way. As that one sprayed foul there. A little emergency hack there by Lala. Keeps the at-bat alive. Nick Jennings looking to come in, slam the door against the Spartans. 2-2 pitch. Shot back up the middle. Diving stop by Nunez is unable to come up successfully as the game continues with the ball just going under the glove of Nunez as the line moves to Drew Earhart here for the Spartans, who are hanging on to for their dear lives down to their last out here, down 5 runs. Nick Jennings looking to shut the door here. First pitch is fired in there for a strike. Lala is going to pick up a stolen base there to get himself into scoring position. No real worry, though, as the Lions have a 5-run lead here. Most important guy is the hitter here for Nick Jennings. 0-1 pitch. And a bunt attempt is going to see the Spartans pick up another base hit here. So a 2-out bunt attempt there by Earhart sees the inning continued as J.D. Urso is up to hit now. So they're not going down easy, ladies and gentlemen. I can promise you that much, as they're making the Lions earn this last victory here. 1 out away. Nick Jennings fires in a first pitch strike there to J.D. Urso. How poetic would it be for the Lions to retire one of the best hitters in all of the country here to secure a series win? Off-speed pitch just misses. Eddie Neiman does a double take with home plate umpire there, as I'm not really sure where that pitch missed. But the line continues here. Nick Jennings, 1-1 pitch on the way. That ball is going to be shot down the right field line. Foul. So once again, down to their final strike. 2 outs. Nick Jennings on the bump for the Lions. St. Leo looking to secure their first series win. First one of the most historic programs in all of the country since 1999. 1 strike away. Nick Jennings has the pitch and fires. And he got him! He got him looking! Nick Jennings retires J.D. Urso, and the Lions pick up the series win as Nick Jennings gets a caught looking for the 3rd strike, and St. Leo knocks off the top 10 number 1 team in the Sunshine State Conference for not only a series win that contains a massive amount of momentum for the Lions going forward in the Sunshine State, but more importantly, the regional rankings, as St. Leo finishes the weekend off with a 9-4 victory over the Spartans, as the teams shake hands. But what an effort here in game number 3 by St. Leo of answering back to a short inning. Game number 2 that was continued over the weekend that saw the Spartans pick up the victory. But the Lions came back, got the early lead, fought off a lead from the Spartans and ultimately knocked the Spartans back into their place with some timely hitting. First off in the bottom of the sixth by Mike Wyman with a big 3-run shot that saw St. Leo regain the lead. But then Eddie Neiman in the bottom of the seventh shot a ball into left field that saw 2 runners pushed across. And then Nick Jennings came in. Top of the eighth, 1 out, bases full of Spartans. Got a pop fly for the first out, and then struck out Goocher that ultimately saw Jennings work his way out of trouble and then continue his good work in the top of the ninth as St. Leo knocks off the Tampa Spartans for a series win for the first time since 1999. And you got to think the Lions are feeling confident heading into yet another big series matchup versus the Rollins Stars. And then to finish the season out versus the Sailfish of Palm Beach Atlantic. St. Leo continues their work to push into the regional rankings as they pick up a series win versus Tampa with a 9-4 victory here in game number 3 on Sunday. As Coach Odette heads out to congratulate his team in left field, that'll do it for us here at St. Leo. We want to thank all the Spartan and Lion fans for tuning in. Wish everyone a good rest of their Sunday. And as always, go Lions.